Hello, Lions. This is Mr. Bates with Candid Conversations with Mr. Bates. My first guest is
Lieutenant Watson.
Lieutenant Watson. Thank you for taking the time to come sit with me. I'll be doing these little small episodes every now and then, just for some type of professional development because we have a lot of people doing a lot of great strategies on this campus. And I kind of wanted to start with leadership and getting to the point where we can let our kids go and coaching them to kind of run the class and have your classes student driven. And what better person to do that than a person that is managing several students at a time. So, leadership, how do you, kind of get that thing going in your classroom?
Well, so first, we are unique in that often we are combined as a class, right? And so where a normal class is maybe like 30 students, maybe max. I could have maybe 50, 60 students if I have full classes on each end.
Right.
So the first thing we do is really identify where the kids naturally stand, right? You got natural leaders and you have trained leaders, right? And so the ones that come with some natural ability, when you first come in, you kind of know.
Right.
You can tell, right? It's in their eyes, it's in their movements, their actions, and how they receive what you're saying.
Okay.
And so you really just kind of move forward with that. And then there are 4 different types of leadership styles. When I was young, they called my preferred method the coaching style.
Coaching style.
But now we call it selling, telling, delegating, and participating.
Okay.
Right?
Which one are you
I am
now?
a seller.
Seller now.
I'm a coach.
Okay.
Right? And so with ROTC is the type of activity that you really need to show and tell. Right?
Gotcha.
And so while I'm with selling, right? The selling method of leadership is high participation and also high tasking. So I will give you a whole lot of tasks, but I'm going to show you how to do it first. Right? I'm not going to show you a whole lot of time. I'm going to show you, right? I'm also going to make sure that you're engaging me by show up prepared and ready to listen means that you're taking notes. Right? And I want you to use those notes and move forward and do and interpret what we're giving you. Because you don't want to micromanage them.
Right.
Right? If you micromanage them, when it's time to actually lead, they won't be able to do it.
So you tell them you don't have to be in control.
I don't have to be in control.
Now I remember having a conversation with you. You said you had a hard time at first, kind of letting go.
I did, and I will tell you, I think the thing that really kind of brought it home for me is I had my last observation with Mr. Warren last year, and he came back and he sat down with me and he really just kind of brought that home for me, that the best way for me to help them, and that's my goal, like I love this job, I really want to be here, but I really want to provide for the kids the best pieces of what I can give them, right? And the best thing I could do for them from someone who's experienced with kids, right? I'm experienced with sailors and grown people, but not really with kids, although they are at the age where I would get them as a sailor right after, right?
That's true.
So they're kind of already who they're going to be.
Yeah, that's true.
And so here they are. I want to give them just the best pieces of whatever they can take home with them. And something that Mr. Warren just really told me was that I needed to let go. And that's so hard for me because I really thought I was doing that.
Well, so
and I wasn't.
Being that you let go, how do you feel now at the end of the day?
I feel like the kids flourish more in the same way that I do when someone gives me a task and let me go forth and just be me. Right? Just go forth. Let me go forth and be me, and then critique me at the end. Right? In a way that I can receive it and make adjustments and just be great.
Yeah, because I can tell from observing your classes, whether it's formal or informal, stopping by, it seems like your classes are just student-driven. And it just seems like you're facilitating, but that didn't just happen.
It didn't. And last year I would say that it wasn't as student-driven as it should have been.
Okay.
Right? It was a lot of me like, oh my God, I can't let these kids, just do what. But I taught 2s and 3s last year. This year I'm teaching the first year and the last year, but last year I was teaching the second year and third year students.
Okay.
And so they already knew. And so in some ways I may have missed an opportunity to really grow them sooner.
Right.
Those same kids are still here.
Right.
But this year I feel like I'm sort of coming into my own and helping them. And by me coming into my own, it is just really helping them come into their own.
Right.
And this year I would say that I just see maybe like a 180. I think we were doing well last year.
Yeah.
But I feel like we're doing even better this year.
Right. Yeah, I can tell you, math teacher, science teacher, I can tell you by the time, like my last few years in the classroom, I was just strictly facilitating. I would set structures, I would set systems and procedures, and my students knew exactly what to expect every day. And I didn't really have to do a whole lot of talking besides introducing the lesson. But from there, I'm giving them engaging lessons. I'm giving them things that they can do. You know what I mean?
And you know what's funny is that I was so hung up on, I don't have teaching experience. I don't have teaching experience. But guess what I have that I have had for the past 21 years? Facilitating experience.
Exactly.
I can facilitate all day.
Exactly.
But I was so wrapped around teaching things. They already know. They already know. It's not as difficult as it seems to teach them something, because I think the best thing to do is really just give them a bowl of fruit and let them pick from it. And as they pick, I can tell them what kind of nutrients they're getting from that fruit. You feel me? It's just so many things that I just really learned just in this past year and a half of how I can help them grow, because they are so amazing already.
That's true.
They are. They are. I mean, you have to be a certain kind of kid to want to be in ROTC to begin with.
Right.
Right? A lot of kids don't necessarily have a lot of structure at home. Now, they might not to parent bash, but parents don't have a lot of time.
Yeah, but it's true.
You know, I don't have as much time with my own kids that I have with these kids.
Me too.
Right?
And I think
and
about
it can be difficult. It can be difficult.
Yep.
And so here, my goal is to reinforce or enforce what I think those parents would want. But these kids already have a lot of those good intentions, and they want to be good citizens, and they want to be, you know, good people, so good students. And so really I just kind of zero in on that and just, you got that, oh, that's good, right? Praising them, encouraging them, and empowering them. Empowerment is a big part of leadership in our class. I probably should have led with that. By empowering them, one, by giving them just some knowledge. Right, some knowledge, because they already have some skills.
Yeah.
You know, just giving them the knowledge on how to use the skills and kind of use who they are as natural leaders. You know, and empower them with positions. Right, on how to do things. A lot of life skills.
Raising that confidence. Too,
Right.
At the same time.
One of the great things that we're going to do this year is I just dropped it off to Ms. Cronin this morning, not Ms. Cronin, to Ms. McQuaid this morning, is Principles of Leadership. Right? Some of the foundational things that we teach them is principles of leadership, and the first principles of leadership is to know yourself and seek self-improvement. And I think that the principles of leadership apply to all things across the school and all kids, and it'll be hanging up in the hallway hopefully by the time Christmas is out.
I like that. Know yourself and seek self-improvement. And definitely in this profession, that's something we all should be doing.
Right, absolutely. Knowing yourself, seeking self-improvement. Seeking responsibility and taking responsibility for your actions. Right. Setting the example. Mahatma Gandhi said to be the change you want to see. You know, and so just really bringing that home for them, providing those little tidbits, and they're like, oh, I already do that. I already know that. And then they bring their friends. And then we're able to spill over into other kids that aren't even in ROTC.
Deep.
It is. It's exciting too. It's exciting to just be a part of that.
Deep. Okay, so I knew I brought home for a reason. But like I kind of stated earlier, this is something that I'll be doing. I'll be reaching out to some of you guys. You have any last words?
I just want to say
kind of wrap it
that
up.
We all come with unique natural abilities, and I hope that if you are a teacher at this school or a mentor in any type of a capacity, that you really want to be that in your heart. And if you do, then the kids are going to see it, and they're really just going to embrace it. There's just something about being a person who loves what you do and really giving all of your heart into it with these kids, because they see that and they crave that.
They do.
They do.
They do. But thank you
You're
so much
welcome.
for coming on. If you have any ideas or any strengths that you have that you would like to share with the school, email me when you see me. Let me know. I already got my next guest, though. It's a surprise. You guys are going to love it. Thank you for tuning in with us.